TC. We're reporting from China next to one of our factories. It is just after World War I, and we're going to tell you how this makes us feel.
She, tell us a bit about the culture in China and provide some background for the world.
So after the World War, many political writers started to shift their writing towards explaining the problems with young people and how they're struggling to, thrive and make it in China. And it really affected how politics worked.
Yeah, Ali, did these writings start anything?
Yeah, Mo. These writings led to the modernization of China. Shanghai was known as the Paris of the West.
Anything else on this culture?
So clothing-wise, a lot of the wealthy women and men wore long gowns. The women preferred more white gowns down to the ankles, and the men wore the same thing except black. And like these factories, the more poor men mainly wore the jeans and work shirts.
What about the art?
Many fictional books actually began to expand in creativity, but the main thing was one of the biggest writers named Beijing. He released a trilogy of books that really hit home with people that were having tough times in China, mainly young people, and yeah.
Thank you, Shi. Now what is the status on the government? Go.
So up until 1900s, China was completely run by emperors. And after that, 500,000 people were killed by these warlords and criminals until 1928, when President Chiang Kai-shek took over to suppress these warlords and communists in the country. But his ignorance of Japan led to a bigger problem later on.
Very interesting. What is the economy like in the midst of all this? Is it thriving, struggling?
So our neglect and not worrying about other countries really hit us hard with our economy. And mainly the decline in business with the U.S., it really hurt us because that was one of our biggest business contributors. And also 80% of our population actually was poor. So it really didn't help that at all. It was horrible.
Who were some key figures involved?
President Chiang Kai-shek, the leader of the Nationalist Party, unified China and had many modest reforms, although they weren't that effective. Under his presidency, his main focus was suppressing communists and the warlords of the country at the time. Although he didn't focus on Japan, their leader, for a very long time. And Japan later would come to invade, and they weren't ready. Later on, he was exiled to Taiwan, where his government and his army followed him there till 1950s. The United States and many other countries still recognized him as the official leader of China.
Tan Hua actually had a chance of being a military leader, but he ended up actually he actually had a chance of being leader, but he was actually a military warlord who helped the rebels against the rise up of a new monarchy. And he actually supported all the politics and rulings of the future presidents that went on in modern China.
In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with